Why, hello there YouTube, and welcome to a ranking video. Yes, I'm Davros and I'm a Whovian, and I thought, why not do a festive ranking video on Doctor Who by ranking up all the Christmassy specials we've had. So this is going to be just the Christmas specials, so special Easter specials or the autumn special like Planet of the Dead, The Wars of Mars or Resolutions will not be considered for this. These are, Christmas specials that have played out through Christmas. So, before we get underway, this is all my personal opinion. No one has to agree with it. If you have your own opinions, then do share down in the comments. So, let us begin with the ranking. So, there's 13 altogether, so let's go. So, coming in at number 13 is The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe, the Christmas special from 2011. Now, when I saw this one, I weren't too impressed with it. I mean, it was okay. It had the potential to be a good Christmas special, but I just remember not enjoying this one as much as the one from the year before. And I have to say, I was a little bit disappointed by it. There just didn't feel like much going on in it. I mean, yeah, a forest was trying to get saved from an acid rain, but other than that, that's all I can remember. I can remember we had a little cameo from Bill Bailey and two other comedic actors. We had Alexander Armstrong and Claire Skinner guest in it. But yeah, other than that, I just don't think this is the best Christmas special. And we've got to start somewhere. So, number 12 is The End of Time. So, when I saw this back in 2009 and on Christmas Day and New Year's Day 2010, I remember this being a sad, emotional roller coaster, for the 10th Doctor, because David Tennant was my Doctor. I mean, Christopher Eccleston was my first Doctor, but David Tennant really got me loving it, and, after what felt like a long tenure, it was finally the end for David Tennant's Doctor, and it was sad, I will admit. I did find it sad on New Year's Day watching this, but I look back at it now and I think to myself, this just drags on. It postpones and delays the inevitable. I mean, like, making it a two-parter. And, I felt as well that they relied too much on CGI effects in this. And, especially and the finale, the second part of The End of Time. The first half felt a bit rushed with the whole Time Lords. And then we had, half an hour left of it. And he spent that half an hour bidding farewell to all the companions we've known. And then, just seeing that heartbreak, well, it was heartbreaking at the time when he said, I don't want to go before regenerating, but I look at it now and I think, this just drags on. It's just a bit of a drag on, and I'm like, plus the 10th Doctor, managed to avoid changing once, but, yeah, to me, the story and everything just hasn't really aged that well for me, so... Yeah, number 12, The End of Time. At number 11, we have The Runaway Bride. So, the second Christmas special from 2006. I remember watching this one and having a laugh with Catherine Tate's comedic stuff. And I like the practical effects they had with the Ratnos Queen and the Return of the Robot Santas. It was a good Christmassy special, and I did enjoy it. Yeah. I remember liking this one a lot, and I was excited for Series 3, but, yeah, I just feel like, yeah. Anyway, top 10 now, and at number 10 is The Husband of River Song. This one was a good Christmas special as well. It introduced us to Nardole, and it finally wrapped up the whole River Song storyline, which I thought was good to see. But yeah, it was a decent episode, but it was a bit of a bummer that it was a year before we got another Doctor Who episode, because series 2016, the show was on a year break. Anyway, number 9 is The Christmas Invasion. Yes, from 2005, the first ever Christmas special, and yeah, I remember loving this one a lot, but I feel that we don't see enough of the Doctor in this. He spends most of the episode asleep, recovering, and there's a lot of CGI in this. This is all mid 2000s CGI, and I have to say the effects look very tacky now. But I admit it was good effects at the time, but yeah, it just hasn't really gone down well, you know, and yeah, I feel like the final act of this special is the best part, but other than that, we get a Christmas invasion where the Doctor is asleep for most of it. At number 8, we have The Return of Dr. Mysterio. Now, this is a Christmas special, and it felt Christmassy at the start of it, but, you know, most of it it didn't feel Christmassy. You know, it was a special, but to me it didn't have all the Christmassy elements that it usually has, you know, so but I remember liking this one. We got the return of Nardole, played by Matt Lucas, who would become a regular on Series 10, but I liked how it got us ready for Series 10. You know, and there's the superhero fantasy stuff that we had going in it, so yeah. Anyway, number 7 is The Next Doctor. Now, when they teased this in the build-up to it, I knew by a mile off David Morrissey wasn't the 11th Doctor. I knew the 11th Doctor was in the works, and you know, David Tennant announced he was leaving, but I knew that he wasn't going to be the Doctor. I liked the return of the Cybermen in this. I didn't get those cyber shades though, what they were all about, and I haven't seen them since. I thought the Cyber King was very tacky though, which was a big factory that makes Cybermen in Victorian London. Yeah, but it was an okay episode, I guess, you know. I remember enjoying it whilst it was on. Great guest appearance from David Morrissey as, well, Jackson Lake, who we find out he is. At number 6, it is A Christmas Carol, the 2010 Christmas special. Now, when they did this, I thought, oh, they're going to go with A Christmas Carol. I've always wanted to see a Christmassy special of Doctor Who where they sort of, you know, rehash A Christmas Carol, and they did, in their own unique way. I thought it was very unique, the way the Doctor dabbled with Kassaran's past and, you know, and showed him the future in a way that I don't think we'd ever seen it before, where we see little Kassaran be confronted by old Kassaran. Also, great performance from Michael Gambon and beautiful singing from Catherine Jenkins. And this is a very memorable one. Okay, so at number 5, it is Last Christmas. Now, when I saw this one, I'm thinking, okay, Santa in Doctor Who, is this real? Of course, we find out it wasn't. It was all these face-hugging alien crab things. But I remember, I think this has to be the most Christmassy episode ever. It had Nick Frost in it, who was a perfect guest for it. His name's Nick. His last name's Frost. He plays Santa. And yeah, I thought this was a good episode. Yeah. Christmas Carol. So, not Christmas Carol, Last Christmas, and like there was the message in that saying that every Christmas is Last Christmas, and I think he's quite right there, because I remember the year before, it was the last Christmas with my granddad before he passed away, so yeah, always treat it like it's the last. At number 4 we have The Snowmen, which I thought, yeah, Killer Snowmen, like the 90s horror film Jack Frost. I thought we got Killer Snowmen. It was set in Victorian London, so very Victorian-y Christmas. I love the dilemmas and the comedy with Strax and the rest of the Paternoster gang and Richard E. Grant. And this had the return of the Great Intelligence, who we'd not seen since Patrick Troughton's era. But, yeah. I remember liking this one. Little confusing with Clara because that was still going around in the series, but still, it was a good Christmas special in 2012. At number 3 we have Voyage of the Damned, the 2007 Christmas special. Now, I remember this, this is predictable, the Titanic ship is going to sink or something's going to go belly up, and it does. But still, David Tennant puts up a great performance in this. I feel like we got new robot aliens in this, which are heavenly hosts, robot angels, instead of the Santas that we had 2 years in a row. Kylie Minogue was great in it too, and yeah, I just remember enjoying the hell out of this in 2007 on Christmas Day. So, at number 2 we have Twice Upon a Time, the final outing of Peter Capaldi's Doctor, where he comes across the first Doctor, only portrayed by David Bradley in this, because we all know William Hartnell is long gone by now, but I love the little effects they added in there with using recycled footage from the 10th Planet, then him like sort of morphing into David Bradley. I thought that was very good. I liked the performance David Bradley gave as the first Doctor, as you know, and he did a great William Hartnell in An Adventure in Space and Time. So I'm happy that they brought him back to play the first Doctor in this. I thought the send-off was emotional, and the regeneration didn't drag on. I mean, yeah, he was holding off the regeneration for an entire episode, but it didn't drag on and dwell like the 10th Doctor's. And they said it was going to be more heartbreaking than the 10th Doctor's, but yeah, I just remember this being a great Christmas special. I love the whole bit where the Doctors realise that the captain that is with them was the grandfather of the Brigadier, and it was Christmas Day 1914. I thought that was such a breathtaking and moving moment, and I really loved that. Yeah. Okay, so number 1, you probably know, it is The Time of the Doctor. Now this was Christmassy for sure. It was the final outing of Matt Smith as the Doctor. It was like the post 50th anniversary specials, and I loved it. I loved that we got to see, you know, what would happen when the Doctor reaches the end of his regeneration cycle, and we finally now know what happens and what happened. You know, so you know, for that, Stephen Moffat, he gave the show a reason to run for at least another 50 years, which I thought was fantastic. You know, whole new regeneration cycle. I love the practical effects Matt Smith had on to look like the first Doctor because he was so old, but I also like the regeneration as well. It's like we got like a prototype regeneration where he shoots out in beams and he gets new energy, but he uses it to you know, reset his biological clock before he changes. And I like how simple and quick the regeneration was in that. Also, we got the return of the Alliance, every enemy of the Doctor. We got Daleks in this, we got Cybermen, we got a wooden Cyberman, we got Sontarans, we got the Silence, we got Weeping Angels, we got, you know, a great one last great comedic performance from Matt Smith. It was just great. And the planet Trenzalore, where he was in the little town Christmas, it was just, you know, I remember enjoying this one, and it was a great way to close the 50th anniversary celebrations of the show. And Matt Smith did a great performance playing his Doctor. So there we go, all 13 Christmas specials ranked in my personal opinion. How would you rank these? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. I have been Davros the Whovian, and until next time, run for your life. And a very Merry Christmas to you all at home.